What's going on, guys? Noobs here. Well, all the rumors and speculation did not prepare me for this. I wasn't ready. The Super Nintendo Classic Edition is real. It's coming September 29th for $80 US, $100 here in Canada. It is going to have the North American colors here and the more vibrant colors and different look and different logo over in Europe. As for the controllers, this comes with two controllers instead of the very poorly planned one controller of the NES Classic. They're still using the Wii style nunchuck plug controllers. The cables are 5 feet instead of the 3 feet of the NES Classic, so that's an improvement. Still sounds too short to me. And the Super Famicom Mini that's been announced for Japan shows a panel in the front of the system flipping down to plug them into, which is cool. There was some concern they might have to plug in on the back. Assuming the systems for the other territories are designed the same way, they'll hook in on the front. Now look, there's a lot good to be said about this thing and a lot of negative speculation we can do, but let's cover the positives first. This lineup is second to none, just like the Super Nintendo itself. Let's look through these games. Contra 3, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, that is to say 6, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox 2, are you kidding me? Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Mario Kart, Mario RPG, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, and Yoshi's Island. Now, that is 21 games, which is less than the 30 of the NES Classic, but man, it more than makes up for it in quality. These are some of the best games ever made, right? I mean, this is practically a list of my own favorite games. Yeah, there are a few obvious exclusions. The other two Donkey Kong Country games, Chrono Trigger, maybe a few more niche things would have been nice, like Metal Warriors. Nevertheless, and Final Fantasy 2/4. Those are the obvious exclusions, but nevertheless, this is an absolutely incredible lineup of games, right? And first of all, Star Fox 2. This is crazy. Never been officially released. Apparently, they have a completed version, and they're actually gonna release it with this thing. But also, I mean, games like Star Fox and Yoshi's Island, which were Super FX chip games, have never been put on a virtual console before. So this is a lot of firsts, a lot of things people have just not had legitimate means to buy for a long, long time. So it's an absolutely incredible package, and just as with the NES Classic, it's actually a great price when you compare it to what you might be paying for these things via Virtual Console, right? At $8 a piece times 21 games, well, it's a lot more than $80. It's quite a deal. Now for the bad stuff. Look, you could not design a product more appealing to me personally. I grew up with the Super Nintendo. I have a huge amount of nostalgia for it. This list of games is basically a list of my own personal favorite games. I've gotten into videos because of the Super Nintendo. I've made very lengthy video series specifically about the Super Nintendo. I collect Super Nintendo games. This thing should be for me. But if the NES Classic is anything to go by, I might never see one of these in person, let alone have the opportunity to buy one. It is so frustrating. So here's a statement Nintendo gave to Kotaku. We aren't providing specific numbers, but we will produce significantly more units of Super NES Classic Edition than we did of NES Classic Edition. They go on to say that they plan to ship it from September 29th until the end of calendar year 2017. So they're saying they're going to make a lot more of them. They're also being upfront about this being a limited run, a limited edition that's only going to be around for this year. Still, significantly more units. I mean, it sounds good, but it's not reassuring either. What is significant? They could make twice the number, and that still wouldn't be nearly enough. I mean, how many more NES Classics could they have sold? 10 times, 20 times as many. Even that sounds conservative. So I truly do not have faith that Nintendo will make enough of these things to make them even available for like a hardcore Nintendo fan and, you know, avid industry watcher like myself, let alone more, you know, casual people who might be interested. So honestly, as well, like Europe at least is doing pre-orders. There's no pre-order information here for North America. Just the fact that wasn't in the initial press release is concerning. Nintendo needs to get way ahead on this and reassure us that we're not going to just have a repeat of the NES Classic. We should be able to just put in all the pre-orders we want. No chance for eBay resellers to buy up the entire shipment. You know, give the people, the fans who actually want this thing a chance to actually buy it. Because, frankly, the way they handled the NES Classic was just kind of manipulative and torturous. I mean, part of me is so excited for this thing, and yet part of me thinks I think I would have been happier had we never gotten this news. Just living in peace that there was no such thing as a Super Nintendo Classic. Because now I'm just going to be obsessed with trying to get one, and it's so frustrating. As well, I really hope this isn't the reason there isn't a virtual console on Switch. I mean, as I said, they could charge a lot more for these games individually on a virtual console than they're going to sell with this package. So, man, I don't know. I mean, I get that this thing drives interest around the Nintendo brand overall, and maybe if somebody who's casually interested can't get one, they decide to get a Switch instead or something, but man, like, that is so slimy. And just give us a legitimate way to buy these things on a console we can actually get our hands on, please, Nintendo. So let me know, guys, what you think about the Super Nintendo Classic. Do you have any hope that you'll be able to get one yourselves? Are there any games on here that you feel are sorely lacking? Let me know, and thanks for watching.